Omar, hello. Hello, good to see you, friend.
Welcome in.
Thank you. What a nice house.
Thank you.
Hey everyone, my name is Danny, and this is my friend Omar. We've been friends since our freshman year at UC Santa Cruz for almost 3 years now, and we actually met at this very stand-up set that I performed at that you're watching right now. I think Omar is one of the most interesting people I've met during my time here. This man is a musician, a photographer, a filmmaker, and overall a great friend. He always has insightful perspectives, so I wanted to ask him a couple of questions about his life, his goals, and his future. And can you turn to me and smile? So Omar, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so my name is Omar. I'm 21 years old. I was born and raised in Los Angeles. Both my parents are from Oaxaca, Mexico. I used to study computer science, but now I'm doing film, and I hope to go into the industry when I graduate.
Nice. Which industry?
The film industry.
Gotcha.
When I was in high school, I had this really great computer science teacher, and they really inspired me to pursue computer science because at the time I wasn't really sure what I was going to do as a major. There were so many options, but none of them felt real to me, so computer science just felt like a natural way to go. So I'd say I finished pretty much like 60%, maybe 70% of like the computer science curriculum in order to graduate. I think at some point I realized that I am lucky enough to have the choice to, well, first of all, I'm lucky enough to have higher education, so I'm definitely privileged in that sense, and I realized that computer science wasn't something that I was fully interested in or passionate about. I would see other people, like some of my peers, they would just be making programs in their spare time, and they would do computer science out of like a passion for that, and it was just something I didn't think that I had, so I decided to switch to film because I had always enjoyed photography. I've made multiple films like in high school and then participated in the Film Production Coalition, so definitely something I had wanted to do for a long time, but never really considered it a career path until recently.
Okay. What is it in particular that draws you to that medium of film?
That's a good question. Yeah, that's a good question. I think it's the storytelling aspects, the humanity of it. I forget who said this, but they said that like art works in the way as it like holds up a mirror to reality, and I think it's just like a really good way to like explore very different ideas, very different parts of ourselves, and you know, it's a great way to like even learn about ourselves too. Aside from that, I do enjoy the process of making a film. I do enjoy using cameras and the whole shebang. Yeah.
Nice. And you have participated in the film production program on campus, right? How was your experience with that?
I started my freshman year, worked on a couple of projects with them. I think one per quarter, so I think I might have done 3 projects with the Film Production Coalition. That was a great start. It was good because I got a chance to see the ends of how movie making is made. Like it's a very hierarchical thing. Everyone has a position, and everyone's position is very important to the creation, and the movie ends up being a sum of its parts, but more than some of its parts, yeah.
Gotcha. And did you have like a specific role that you were designated for each film, or was it?
Yeah, I think I did sound for one of the first ones, and then I might have been camera operator for a couple of the other ones, and that definitely got me interested in just student productions and student media. which led me to also join and be a signer for Shutter Select Photography. I've always had like a fascination with like photography since like high school, so definitely that. But it was always just a good experience, like being able to work with people who were just interested in making films because making films is fun. You know, no like ulterior motives. No one is interested in like wanting to get ahead or anything. It was just a great time.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I would love to be a director. I would love to make my own film. I think that's maybe what like a lot of people want to do, but I think right now I'm just realizing that it is something that I'm really going to have to push to get done. It's not something that is usually easily done, simply because it might not be commercially viable. So I think it's something that I would I think I would have to like dedicate my life to, and that's something I'm willing to do. I'm not really interested in like monetary gain or anything from any of these things. I think I would just like more authentic storytelling. I think it would bring a lot of change.
Do you have like maybe any specific project or like story in mind that you think you would want to tell in the future?
Not at the moment, but it's definitely something that I always have in mind. Just taking really into consideration race into every single aspect of my art, and just considering how would it benefit, or how does this represent our community, especially in film. Just looking at media and seeing how like Eurocentric it is, like how it's always typically like a white male as a protagonist in like a lot of things. It just feels that many times not many stories represent like Latinx and Hispanic like heritage and culture. So I think that's definitely something I pay a lot of attention to in like my everyday life. I try to see like what I can like relate to in like media and stuff like that, and seeing like and I don't know, hopefully what I would want to do with my work is to make more accurate representation of people from Mexico who have moved to the United States, who are neither consider themselves Mexican nor American because of so much time spent in either state.
What term do you use to identify, I guess, like ethnically?
Latinx would be the most accurate. Yeah, I don't really consider myself Hispanic just because both my parents come from a more indigenous side. So our roots can be traced back more to like indigenous tribes in Mexico. So yeah, I think I'd lean more towards that.
Okay.
Since growing up in LA, it's like a very Latinx based community. So just growing up with people that looked a lot like me was a lot easier, and I've never felt I rarely felt excluded because of my race. So that was good. Coming to college, almost the same thing. Definitely race has played more of a factor. There are definitely more white people, more Caucasians here in Santa Cruz. So sometimes I feel myself being more aware of my race at any given moment. Going back to your question about like goals and stuff, I think I would like to inspire social change, which I don't think is something that is necessarily like has to be like directly from film. I think it's just something that can be done in like my everyday life as well too.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years? You're 21 now, correct?
Yeah, so it would be 31.
Yeah.
Oh man. Hopefully working on projects. You know, I'm gonna be optimistic here. I'm gonna say it. I would be working on projects that I enjoy with people who I trust and have a genuine passion for the work that I do.
Cool. Nice.